The class I taught in here is an introduction to GIS and anthropology. And it's an introductory course. Students have no prior knowledge of the tool or the theoretical concepts behind GIS. And what I'm trying to achieve is to give them a mix of hands-on lab experience with the tools and a connection as closely as possible to the theoretical concepts that are relevant for archaeology and anthropology. I came into this classroom as one of the first instructors to use this class. The way I've designed this class is I have a very heavy lab component which happens during the class. And with this central lab component in mind, what struck me in this room was these large panels and these group workstations that allow students to sit together and work on a problem together. So I tried to break away from the traditional lab setting where everybody works on their own computer and it's typically rather silent. So I wanted to break this up and make it much more messy and much more engaging. I did this in Wallenberg to a limited extent before, but I had never access to these, if you will, these lab workstations, to these settings, to these stations that were set up particularly to do this kind of group work. I put a lot of lab work in the class, but that's not the only thing we did in class. We also discussed papers. We also had lectures. I also did give some presentations. The students gave some presentations. We tried to push the possibilities of the room and look in different directions, breaking up, so bringing the dynamics into the classroom. The students were really excited about this class. I looked at some of the questions that asked something like, do you feel this engaged you more than other classes you usually take? And they had a range of answers. None of them ever said no or I disagree or nothing, it doesn't make a difference. So either it's all towards the agree, strongly agree, the positive side. There are questions like, is this classroom appropriate for the course? Did the room enhance the in-class exercises? Was the instructor effective in using the technology and using the room? And they were all 100% either agreed or strongly agreed, which actually a great majority strongly agreed on this. I think from the student's perspective, this is something highly successful and highly desirable.